Be quiet, everyone. Shh. My name is Gab, and I love spilling the tea. Something totally awesome is going to happen today. It's going to be the talk of the land. I love being the one to bring big news to people. Oh, hi, Bree. Hi, Ella. What's the tea, Gab?
Are you sure we should be telling everyone this, Gab?
You know the tea as well as Ella? What the heck? Spill. Well, do you want to hear the news?
Yes! Okay. 9 months ago, I delivered some news to Mary, a young woman who lives in a town called Nazareth. Mary is a humble, gentle woman. She is engaged to a carpenter called Joseph.
Yeah, they led a pretty ordinary life until you showed up.
I told her that a very special baby would be born. But here's the cool part. She was going to be the one to give birth to the baby. That would be calling him Jesus. I told her it is going to be on earth to do the work of God's love. He will be God's son.
How did she take that news? She was, well, let's just say, somewhat surprised, a little frightened, and questioned how this could be possible. That's a good point. How is that possible? You know, that's not really our area of expertise, Bree.
Yeah, don't question that part. I told her not to be afraid, that everything would be just fine. You know, miracles and all, even though she was frightened by the news.
Well, what did her fiancé say? Yeah, Ella. What did Joseph say?
I sort of took off and left her to talk to Joseph.
But anyway, today's the day the baby will be born. I can't wait to see how this plays out.
And welcome to First Parish Brewster. I'm Twinks Hastings, the Lifespan Religious Education Director, excited to be welcoming you to our Pageant Sunday with our music director Kaiza Fern, our youth leader Lillian, and Rev Karn, our interim minister, and a host of other talented musicians and actors that includes you. Our services are recorded and available on our YouTube channel midweek. On this morning, not only do we welcome the noise, movements, and mirth that little ones bring in our services, we expect some holy chaos this morning and offer our parents this moment to know that your children are held in this loving sanctuary in this week of holiday excitement. A big welcome to people who are streaming. We are glad you're here. I'd like to wave at them. On Christmas Eve, you're invited to, we have 3 different services happening. 4:30 is the very family-friendly service. At 7 p.m., we have another service that is accessible and welcoming to families. And then there's a more contemplative worship at 9 p.m. All are welcome to these services. What's not happening next Sunday is our 10 o'clock worship. We're moving church to the evening, so there will be no church next week at 10 a.m. Welcome to Pageant Sunday. It is so good to be together.
If you came to this place expecting a tame story, you came to the wrong place.
If you came for a story that does not threaten you, you came for a different story than the one we will tell.
If you came to hear the birth of a baby, you only showed up so that you could have a nice day with your loved ones, then you came for a story we won't tell you.
For even a regular baby is not a tame thing, And the baby in this story grew up to be a beacon of peace, whilst being truly radical and radically inclusive spirit in our world. Jesus certainly didn't do all of this work just so you could have dinner.
But if you came because you think that the kind of people who work the third shifts doing stuff that you rather not do might attract an angel's attention before you snoring comfortably in your bed would.
If you came because you think that unwed teenage mothers are some of the strongest people in the world,
if you came because you think that there are wise men and women to be found in among undocumented travelers from far lands and that they might be able to show you love.
if you came to hear a story of tyrants trembling while heaven comes to peasant,
if you came because you believe that God loves the animals as much as the people and so made them the first witnesses to the saving of the world.
if you came for a story of reversals that might end up reversing you,
if you came for a tale of adventure and bravery, where strong and gentle people win, and the powerful and violent go down in dust, where the rich lose their money but find their lives, and the poor are raised up like kings.
if you came to follow the light, even if it blinds you,
If you came for salvation and not safety, then my friends, you are in the right place.
This morning, I'm going to invite Willa to light our chalice. We light our chalice this morning in celebration of the season and in recognition that every person, from our youngest baby to our eldest elder, is an important and integral part of our beloved community. Thank you, Willa. And I invite the McDowell-Teckenberg family forward to light our Advent wreath. The third candle we light in this Advent season is for joy. Where do we find joy? Is it in the simple things like a warm and fragrant cup of tea? Or in something monumental like the birth of a new family member? In this, the season of sharing, may we find joy in the mundane, the monumental, the familiar, and the strange. Joy can sometimes be elusive, and so we light this candle to help guide our way. Perfect. Excellent work. Thank you. This morning we tell the story of the birth of a baby. Why this story? Are we not being hypocritical, Unitarian Universalists with their fondness for secular humanism, who are fond of arguing the validity of Christmas? Is it a Christian holiday, a pagan holiday, a secular holiday? Even outside of my UU circles, there is much apathy and discussion about Christmas and what it means. As a Unitarian Universalist, it is part of our spiritual growth to search for and assign meaning to all the days in our lives. This Christmas is a time when the world slows, and we consider our relationships with each other. Isn't that in itself enough to celebrate, worthy of a pageant? The gifts we give each other at this time of year are more than just demonstrations of our generosity. They are symbols of the gifts we are capable of giving on all the other days of our lives. Gifts of love, compassion, industry, advocacy, the gifts of our common humanity. These were the values of Jesus, whose story we tell today. It's page 65 in the red books that should be in your pews. The Christmas story is rooted in old tales of the winter solstice. In ancient times in Europe, when the solstice came, our distant ancestors sometimes told stories of a miraculous child born to return us to the light. Throughout the world, people tell stories of a child born to a royal family or to an important and rich family who would grow up to lead humankind into a time of truth and justice. The early Christians adapted these stories of miraculous births, but they added a twist to the old stories. Their miraculous child was not the son of a king, but was merely the son of a carpenter. He was not the son of a wealthy queen, but instead the son of an unwed teenager. And that Christian story has been told and retold innumerable times since those early Christians first began telling it 18 or 1900 years ago. As we begin this tale, it seems only right that we should welcome in the night sky and celebrate the wonder and mystery of this season and of this story. Do I have a few volunteers who'd be willing to unfurl the night sky? Excellent. If you want to head back there, you both can go. You all three can go. Perfect. If you head to the back corner.
Sleep, it's ambient. Okay.
Please join in our solstice chant if you know it.
I find my way through the cloak of darkness. Silently I go within. I find my way through the cloak of darkness, trusting dawn will come again. Darkness, come to me into mystery. Darkness, blessed be. I find my way through the cloak of darkness. Silently I go within. I find my way through the cloak of darkness, trusting dawn will come again. I find my way through the cloak of darkness. Silently I go within. I find my way through the cloak of darkness, trusting dawn will come again. I find my way through the cloak of darkness. Silently I go within. I find my way through the cloak of darkness, trusting dawn will come again.
Thank you, Night Sky. And the Night Sky Singers. Is everyone ready for a story? Awesome. So we begin our story in the little town of Bethlehem. And that means we're going to need some villagers. And that means you all. Yup, the entire congregation, you are the people of Bethlehem. We're also going to need volunteers throughout the story to help us bring this tale as old as time alive right here in our sanctuary this morning. When I ask for folks to volunteer, put up your hand and I will call on you. And when you're called on, head over to the back corner. And Elenita and Kathy and Marcia, who are going to wave right now, get them back there. And Judy. And they're going to help you get set with a costume. And then Deb and Liz, who are going to, Deb is going to wave. They're going to be your stage directors. And so once you have your costume on, head over to them and they'll help you with some directions. Please try and listen to what they're telling you. But to start, for all of our villagers, every time you hear Lillian or Rev Karen say the words, "It's so bright," your line is, "What's up with that?" So let's try it. They might say something like, "I've never seen a star like that. It's so bright." What's up with that? Excellent. Oh, you're great villagers. Okay. So, one evening in Bethlehem, two villagers were coming home from work. They were sore and tired from working in the fields all day, but they stopped in the middle of the street and looked up at the sky.
You know, I'm getting kind of annoyed with this whole star thing. I mean, where did it come from anyway?
I know what you mean. And I can't get away from it. It keeps me awake at night because it's so bright.
What's up with that?
Good question. What is up with that? What's up with a star that just appears out of nowhere?
Perhaps it's a sign, an omen of a kind. Perhaps something very, very good or very, very bad is going to happen. Because, you know, it's so bright.
What's up with that? Yeah, I'm not really into the whole omen thing. I'm more, science-based.
I gotcha. But the evidence suggests that such a star is likely to bring many things to our little village. People will come here to gaze upon it, to learn about it. Because you can't ignore the fact that it's so bright!
What's up with that?
Good question. I have a feeling we will find out. This is a story still unfolding.
Indeed it is. Good job, everyone. Before our hymn, "O Come All Ye Faithful," we are going to need someone to be Mary. Who would like to be Mary? This can be an adult or a child. I just really want to emphasize that. Awesome. Thanks, Margaret. So we have a Mary. Now we need a Joseph. Do we have a Joseph? Head back to the back corner. Don't be shy. There's a part for you all. Joseph's kind of a key part, so excellent. Thanks, Roger. And we need someone to be the infamous donkey. Marie. I see, you're all holding on for the parts that you want. Only in the UU Church is the donkey more exciting than Mary and Joseph. Okay. So now please rise and body or spirit to join in singing O Come All Ye Faithful. That is in 253 in the hymnal. So in our grey hymnal, 253. Thank you. So while folks in Bethlehem were pursuing the sky and wondering what's up with that, there were two people who had just arrived in town, Joseph and Mary. They had to go to Bethlehem because of a nasty new tax law, even though Mary was very, very close to having her baby.
Whoa.
Not
Twinks.
this again.
That's it? Just a nasty new tax law? I thought we talked about this last year. Caesar has got to be in the pageant. It would be like Darth Vader not being in Star Wars.
All right, John. I mean, do you know your lines?
Do I know my lines? It's only one line.
You know it? I'll do my part then. In those days, long, long ago, a decree went out from the emperor, Caesar Augustus, saying,
I want all the world to pay taxes because it's expensive to conquer the world.
Thank you, Caesar, the clear villain of this tale. Caesar, you've put me off. Where were we? All right. Oh, Mary and Joseph. They were heading to Bethlehem with the help of their friendly donkey. But in Bethlehem, they found out that all the inns and hotels and Airbnbs were full or cost too much. Finally, one innkeeper told them that they could stay in the stables with the animals. And in that stable, there was a cow, a duck, a horse, and other random animals. Who wants to be our cow? Oh, I saw that hand at the back first. Who wants to be our duck? Do you want to be the duckling? And Baxter, you can be the duck. Perfect. If you head back there. Who wants to be our horse? Excellent. And then we have a plethora of other animals, like a peacock and a fox and all sorts of things. So if you'd like to be an animal, Louise, are you being voluntold? Head right to the back. We need a few more animals. Roseanne, excellent. You all perfect. And Elliot, love it. Oh, yeah. All right, good. All right, whilst our animals are getting ready, we're going to practice some holy noise. So, what sound are the cows going to make? Awesome. What sounds do you think the ducks are going to make? What sounds are the horses going to make? And what sounds are the random animals going to make? Love it. So for this scene, Lillian and Rev Karn are going to be joined by a very special guest star. Laura, come on up. You all might know Laura as our amazing CYM volunteer, but actually she has another job, and she is an internationally recognized animal translator. And she has returned this year to help us out. She will translate all of the words that the animals say to each other, because of course Mary and Joseph can't understand them. So every time I say, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, you make your animal noises. So all Mary and Joseph heard was... Great. So something like this. The animals just kept talking and talking to each other, but all Mary and Joseph heard was... You guys are good. I'm going to cast some of you next year in this show. So a cow, a duck, a horse, and all the other animals were hanging out in the stable late one night. We're just going to wait for some animals. If you're an animal and you're ready, come on up. You can come on in, have a seat. Duckling, you're going to sit with the duck. Excellent. Yes. Doing a great job, donkey. Excellent. Love of it. Here comes our peacock. Perfect. We good? Awesome. So, a cow, a duck, and a horse, and all the other animals were hanging out in the stable late one night when all of a sudden the door opened and a man, a pregnant woman, and their donkey came inside and started making themselves at home. Come on in, donkey. Can we slide and let them into the stable? Beautiful. Judy, we might need to add an extra foot next year to the stable. All right, here we go. All of the animals started making a lot of noise. Excellent.
Moo!
And then they stopped. And our animal translator told us what they were saying.
Moo! Who let them in here? They don't belong in a stable.
Yeah, they should be in the inn with the other human types. I mean, what were they thinking?
But all Mary and Joseph heard was...
Moo! You think they just stay home at a time like this?
Yeah, or plan ahead a little so they had a place waiting for them. And maybe saved up some money ahead of time, too.
But all Mary and Joseph heard was...
Moo! It's just bad timing on their part.
Yeah, typical human type mistake. I wish they'd go back to where they belong.
But all Mary and Joseph heard was...
Finally, the tired old donkey lifted his head. He looked at the cow and the duck and the horse and the other animals, and he said, "Hee-haw, why don't you try it? Why don't you try riding 90 miles on the back of an old swayback donkey like me when you're so pregnant you can't even see your feet? You try being an expectant dad, worried about the woman you love and the child she carries. You try being me, watching every step I take so I don't jostle this woman who's just trying to get here safely because of Caesar. You try it." And the cow, the duck, and the horse, and the other animals felt very, very bad, and they cried out,
Moo! I'm sorry. I'll offer them some milk.
I'm sorry. I'll lay them an egg. I'm sorry. I'll take them wherever they need to go.
But all Mary and Joseph heard was...
"All right, nice job, everybody. As Mary, Joseph, and the baby settle into their stable, let's join in singing together hymn 1051. It's in the teal hymnal. We are using all of the hymnals today. We are hymn 1051. baby was born. Baby was born. Yep. Hey. And now, for this next scene, we are going to need everybody to play a very important role. All of you are now going to be the baby Jesus. The first sound that most babies make is a really loud cry. But not this baby. Nope. This baby looks around and sees his mom and dad for the first time. Then he looks over their heads and sees a cow with big brown eyes, and a horse with a really long nose, and a donkey with big tall ears, and sitting between the donkey's ears is a duckling. So the first sound out of the baby Jesus isn't a cry, it's a big laugh. So every time you hear the innkeeper say, "What was that noise?" you are all gonna laugh. Let's practice. Gee, I was just sleeping nice and quiet, and all of a sudden I heard something. What was that noise? Y'all are so good. And to play the innkeeper, we have another special guest star. Linda, come on up. Whilst Linda gets settled in her inn, we're going to need 3 shepherds. Wait, Marcia just told me. 3 shepherds and 4 sheep. You want to be a shepherd? And you guys are sheep? Great. So we have 1 shepherd. Katie, are you going to be a shepherd too? Great. 2 shepherds. We need 1 more shepherd. Pat, perfect. And then we need 3 sheep. 3 sheep. The sheep are like the starring role. Oh, 1 more sheep. You're going to be a sheep? Excellent. Do you want to run back and get some sheep ears? So it's all good. Bethlehem got real busy. All right, for those of you that don't know, Linda is also an internationally recognized 5-star innkeeper extraordinaire. So let's just recap. Here's what's going on. The innkeeper who told Mary and Joseph that they'd have to sleep in the barn is tossing and turning in her bed.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't sleep tonight. For one thing, those animals are making a heck of a lot of noise. And just when I finally get to sleep, I thought I heard something. Now, what was that noise? Gosh, there it is again.
So the innkeeper woke up her partner, who could sleep through just about anything, and asked,
"Did you hear something?" "I'm sure I heard something. She won't wake up."
But
What was that noise?
But the innkeeper's partner just rolled over and went back to sleep. So the innkeeper went outside to see what she could find. But the streets were empty and silent. Still, she knew there was something out there, and they wondered aloud.
What was that noise? There it is again. What was that noise? It sounds like it's coming from the stables. Let's see. Oh, so there it is again. It sounds like it's coming from the stables. I'll go check it out.
So the innkeeper went across the courtyard and through the stable door, and there were Mary and Joseph, who had been kicked out of the inn that afternoon. And the innkeeper said to them,
"I'm sorry I made you sleep in the stable, and I'm so sorry that I'm barging in on you like this. But I just have to know, what was that noise? Oh my gosh, it's your baby. Oh, it's the baby.
And the innkeeper realized that it was the newborn baby who had been laughing all along. And suddenly the innkeeper was full of love for this vulnerable little child, and full of hope too. And the innkeeper said to Joseph and Mary,
I'm going to go and tell everyone that you have the most beautiful baby in the whole wide world. Oh.
And the innkeeper ran onto the streets of Bethlehem to tell everyone the good news. Before we sing our next hymn, we're going to need a bunch of angels. All of our preset angels, awesome. And then we need some more angels. A host. Yeah, Donna? We need some more angels. Excellent. Willa, Deborah, perfect. Like maybe a couple more. That makes a host. Okay. Anyone else? Excellent. Thank you, Danny. And whilst we wait for our heavenly host of angels, we are going to sing hymn 239, and that's in the gray hymnal, Go Tell It on the Mountain. So now we're out in the fields with the shepherds, and they're in for a big surprise, because there is a whole host of angels heading their way. Now, sometimes angels talk to us, and we don't even know it. And if we're lucky, we might hear something like, so every time you hear one of us say, and then the angel said, you're all going to sing just like Kaisa. So we'll say something like, the shepherds didn't know what to do, so they said to the angels, hey, what should we do? And the angels said, awesome. How's our host of angels? Almost ready? Great. Okay, so shortly we are going to need a star. Who would like to be our star this year? It's a great costume, I'm telling you. I'd be the star. Excellent, thank you. So here's the deal. There are 3 shepherds out watching their unruly sheep. 2 of them are fast asleep, but one is staring up at that bright star in the sky. Then the shepherd who is awake starts to notice that there are new stars shining along that bright star. Then there are lots of new stars. Lots of new stars flying this way. Stars are flying this way. The angels, all the angels. Then the stars start getting bigger and bigger, and the shepherd realizes they aren't stars at all, but angels flying towards them, getting closer and closer. The shepherd wakes up the other 2 shepherds and points up to the sky, and all 3 of them fall to their knees as they look at a whole host of angels hovering in the air. And the angels said, it's your line.
What did they say?
I don't know. I couldn't understand a word. You're the translator.
They said, we have to go to Bethlehem.
What? You speak angel?
I do indeed.
Why didn't you tell us?
It's just something I picked up.
Huh. And the angel said, what'd they say this time, Linda?
Yeah, come on, what's the deal?
All right. Well, loosely translated, something like this. Do not be afraid, for I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior who is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger.
They said all that?
Oh, absolutely. Very efficient language. But wait, there's more.
Well?
Now what?
They said, glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth, peace, goodwill among people. Come on, let's go to Bethlehem and see what it's all about.
So they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the child laying in the manger. And the angels smiled down upon them and said, all right, good job. Now, before we sing our next hymn, we're going to need 3 wise guys. Who'd like to be a wise guy? Patsy, definitely a wise guy. Wise guy, yup, perfect. And one more wise guy? Excellent. Well cast. And we are also going to need Herod. Who would like to be King Herod? Starring role. Perfect. Claudia, and you can just stay. Oh, no, you're going to come right over here. Perfect. It's always these kings causing the trouble. All right, we're good. So now there's one other part to this story, the wise guys.
I don't speak wise guy.
Linda, do you
I don't either.
Well, I think it's okay. I don't think we'll need a translation. There are plenty of wise guys here if we run into trouble. You see, they saw the very bright star in the sky too.
Now, what were they doing out at night? Do they have a sheep to look after? Wow, that's so bright. What's up?
Well, no, they don't have sheep. Let me tell you a story. They were out and they heard a prophecy.
A prophecy?
Like in Harry Potter.
Come on, Twanks, dude. Where's this story going?
I can't wait for this.
Friends, come on. You know the wise guys are my favorite part. Do you see their cloaks? So they heard that a new baby had been born that would fill the world with love and peace and become king of the Jews. So they set out on a journey to find the special baby and bring gifts. First, they stopped off at King Herod's palace. We're just going to wait till they stop off at King Herod's palace. Oh. I don't have it. Oh, here's the problem. We're supposed to sing Hark the Herald Angels Come. All right, whilst the wise guys get dressed, we are going to sing Hark the Herald Angels Come. And that's hymn number 231 in the Grey Hymnal.
No, it's not.
Wait, it's not? It's all gone wrong. Oh, it's page 18 in the red book, Hark the Herald Angels. There we go. I knew we should rehearse the no rehearsal pageant. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, angels. I was so keen to get to the wise guys. I missed your song. All right, wise guy time. First, they stopped off at King Herod's palace. A reasonable guess as to where an important baby might be found, but that was a bad call. Herod was not that thrilled at the idea of another king. But he told them to come back when they knew where the new king was.
It's almost like we need a villainous laugh track here.
I thought you said they were wise guys.
Yep, it wasn't their best moment. Whilst the wise guys continue their journey, let's get everyone up here with us. All the angels and shepherds and sheep. If you want to find a spot to sit, feel free, or you can sit on the benches there. And as we do that, we're going to sing We Three Kings and collect the gifts that we share each week with our community. This is going to be the complicated part, but I trust that you all can do it. Each week we have the practice of splitting our offertory plate. Half of what is collected goes to the work of First Parish, and the other half goes to a worthy cause, an organization nominated by the members of this congregation. Today, the split plate is with the Animal Rescue League of Boston, Brewster Animal Shelter, where they find new homes for abandoned animals. If you brought toys, food, or any other item for the shelter, or you brought items for the human shelters, you can bring them up to the stable during the offertory, and you can place them along the edge of the kickboard there at the front. There are several ways you can give today. You can text to give, or you can donate on our website, or you can make out a check to First Parish Brewster. However you choose to give today, thank you for your generosity. So as we collect our offertory, please rise in body or spirit and sing hymn 259, We Three Kings, in the Grey Hymnal. Perfect timing, wise guys. Finally, the wise guys arrived in Bethlehem following the star. And they came across the baby, mother, father, shepherds, angels, a cow, a duck, a horse, many other animals, an internationally recognized animal translator, and a 5-star Yelp-reviewed innkeeper. Looking down upon the miracle that is a baby, any baby. And when they arrived, they presented the baby with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But don't worry, some other villagers brought food, blankets, casseroles, desitin, diapers, and a babysitting gift certificate for Mary.
And so everyone came together on the streets of Bethlehem, gathering in a big crowd in front of the stable.
Some of the townspeople looked up at the star and said again, "It's so bright."
I just killed the translator.
And the animals inside the stable were talking a mile a minute about the new baby and its beautiful laugh. But all Mary and Joseph heard was...
And the shepherds were there too, with a host of angels hovering over them. And the angels said,
And the newborn babe looked up at all of the people and animals and angels all gathered together on that cold night, and he made a quiet little sound. And the innkeeper leaned forward, and even though she knew the answer, she whispered with a heart full of love, "What was that noise?" Amen. What a happy ending. Please rise as you're able to sing in hymn 245, Joy to the World. Y'all can just stay here a minute. So every time that we tell this Christmas story, it reminds us that we must go out and work for liberation, justice, and peace. Take a moment to look around at each other. We, you and I, are the ones who are responsible for making sure the world is a far better place for all the babies that are born, and for raising up those babies into a community of love and peace, a village where they can thrive, grow, and most importantly, be allowed to be their whole selves, so that they can be all who they were born to be. That is really the lesson of this story of a baby boy born in a stable, a reminder to us year after year. Usually at this time, I take a moment to lift up some of the youth in the world who are doing amazing work and leading. But this year, I was reminded, just yesterday actually, as I watched one of our families come here, practice, come from skating, go to the next thing, go to a stroll, have a sleepover. And I thought, you know, maybe it's time that we raise up the parents in this moment. For the hours and hours of unpaid labor that goes in to making magical moments at this time of year for their children, for getting them here on a Sunday morning, for all of the... I live with a parent, I see how much... I am like kind of speechless, you know? Children and youth are my thing, and also looking at families, and especially after so many years of COVID and everything that's gone on. So I just wanted us to take a moment to lift up those parents and all those parents who have come before and are now raising grandchildren or watching their grandchildren here. It's a very beautiful thing. Each and every one of us is born into this world a light, and each and every one of us, no matter the story of our own life or the paths we have taken along the way, find ourselves here, in this moment together. Life is a wonder, a precious gift, and the invitation today is to shine your precious light and spread it. Because no matter what, you have one, and it's a miracle. Amen, blessed be, and happy holidays. We're going to rise in spirit, or body or spirit, and we're going to sing and dance out to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm going to, don't worry. Friends. For being here. If we could just take a moment to thank Kaiza and our musicians this morning. And I would also like to thank our costume folks and our stage directors. This is a no rehearsal pageant. It doesn't mean that those folks put in a lot of work, so grateful to them. And if you have a costume, if you could drop it back with them, that would be great. Thank you. Please join us for coffee in our parish room. Oh my gosh.
I loved when you got the bathrobe out.
I figured that.
That's a funny look.
It's
a great outfit.
Okay.
It's a great ensemble.
I had a scene in '92, but Twins chose this. Yeah. And then the shower cap I thought was, my sleep cap. Because I said I couldn't put like a I said no. Oh, all right. It was great.
Excellent job.
It was great. Thank you.
Well done. I have your.
Where did you get that? That is good.
Secondhand.
I knew that.
Florida, actually. I got it. It was fun.
When I was in Florida, I got it.
Goofy.
Isn't it fun?